She handed out the gifts like a queen tossing crumbs to her court. One box after another, shiny white with Apple's logo glinting under the chandelier. The grandkids squealed as they tore them open, their eyes lighting up with that digital glow only a new iPhone can give. And then came my son's turn. He was the last one standing, his small hands trembling with excitement as he unwrapped his box. For a moment, he looked just like every other child in that room, full of hope. Then the smell hit first, a rank, unmistakable stench. His face crumpled before my mind caught up. Inside that box, wrapped in tissue paper, was a pile of dog poop. Laughter erupted. Her laughter, loud, coarse, cutting through the stunned silence like a whip. "Oh, come on, it's just a joke," she managed between cackles. My son's lip quivered. He didn't understand cruelty yet. But I did. I stood up. The scrape of my chair silenced the room, and I said clearly, "That's enough." She kept laughing. "Oh, don't be so sensitive. Kids need to toughen up." That's when something cold settled inside me. Not rage, no, something sharper. Precision. I once adored that woman. I called her Mom before I ever called my own mother that again. She welcomed me into her house, taught me her recipes, smiled like she meant it. But love blinds you to rot. It started small. Little jabs about how I was raising her son's child too soft. How my job was a hobby, not a career. Then the whispers, that I was after the money, that I was changing her son. She never said it outright. She didn't have to. She poisoned through tone, through smiles. Still, I stayed quiet. For my husband, for the illusion of family. But when she handed my boy a box of filth, the illusion shattered. After the gathering, I learned it wasn't spontaneous. My husband's cousin accidentally spilled the truth over text. She planned it for weeks. Said it'd be funny to see your reaction. Weeks. She bought new phones for all the others, then set aside one empty box. Filled it, sealed it, wrapped it. All for the punchline, my son's tears. That's when I stopped crying. That's when I started calculating. Revenge doesn't rush. It ripens. First, I gathered everything. Screenshots of her messages, recordings of her cruel little jokes about me and my son. I had more than I realized, years of her digs, caught casually in family videos. Then I called her financial advisor. I wasn't supposed to know about him, but her vanity made her careless. She once bragged about how her trust fund was untouchable. Turns out, not if someone has access to her co-trustee. I didn't touch her money. I just arranged a small reallocation. I had her sign things she didn't read. She trusted my help with her online accounts after I played the dutiful daughter-in-law again. And I began inviting her friends, the ones who worshipped her, to a charity event I organized. One where her name would take center stage. She loved attention. She'd never miss it. The event was in her honor. A grandmother's legacy. She arrived in pearls and false grace, waving like a star. Cameras flashed. Her friends fawned. She was radiant and completely unaware of what was coming. The slideshow began, the one she thought would celebrate her philanthropy. Slide 1, photos of her with the grandkids. Warm, sweet, harmless. Slide 2, a caption, teaching them love, kindness, and respect. Then came the video. I'd stitched together every cruel comment she ever made about me, about her son, about my child. Her voice, her face, her laughter. And then the clip of her handing that box to my boy. The way she laughed while he cried. The room went silent. Her friends stared. Some gasped. Someone whispered, "Oh my God." I didn't look at her. I looked at my son, sitting beside me, holding my hand. His small fingers squeezed mine tighter. When the video ended, I walked to the stage, calm, precise. "Sometimes," I said into the microphone, "what people give isn't love. It's poison wrapped in ribbon. But today, I wanted to give truth." She stood, red-faced, trembling. You edited that! You're making me look—" "Like what?" I asked softly. "Like who you are?" She stormed out. Cameras followed. Her friends didn't. That night, she called my husband, screaming. By morning, the trust fund she bragged about was under review. The small reallocations had triggered an audit. The media piece that came out the next week, titled "Charity or Cruelty: The Truth Behind the Grandmother's Legacy," sealed her fate. Her reputation crumbled. Her friends disappeared. Her son, my husband, finally saw what I'd endured. And when he confronted her, she said the words that broke her last defense. "It was just a joke." He didn't reply. He just walked away. Now, months later, she lives alone in that big house filled with silence and trophies from a past that no longer applauds her. My son has a new phone. He doesn't talk about that day anymore, but sometimes he asks, "Mom, why did Grandma do that?" I tell him, because some people mistake cruelty for power. He nods, as if he understands more than he should. As for me, I sleep well. Not because I destroyed her, but because I ended her game. Revenge, I learned, isn't loud. It's not thrown or screamed or posted online. It's delivered calmly, in daylight, in front of everyone who once believed the lie. And when it's done right, you don't need to raise your voice. The silence afterward says everything.